Hello guys, so today we are going to talk about the 5 strongest fruits in Blox Fruits, and this is going to be a kind of crazy video because I know that right now not everybody's doing PvP, but I just wanted to talk about the top 5 strongest fruits before Dragon Fruit rework, because clearly the Dragon Fruit rework is going to be the strongest fruit, the most spammable fruit when it releases, when we're all dead. If you want to get the perm version of some of these fruits, then don't forget to like and subscribe, because at 100,000 subscribers, we are going to be doing a permanent fruit giveaway. And at 90,000 subscribers, we are going to be doing a Dark Blade giveaway. So don't forget to like and subscribe and be part of our video. And yeah, let's get this video started. Alright, so the first fruit, the first strongest fruit clearly, okay, the number 1 strongest fruit in the game is going to be Kitsune fruit. Now again, this build or this ranking or this tier list has to be fruit build, which means fruit like Portal won't be here, because why would Portal be here? You can't use Portal as a fruit build. So we're only gonna be taking a look at the fruit build fruits. So the top one is going to be Kitsune. Kitsune is actually the most expensive fruit in Blox Fruits, and it is also currently the most strongest and most spammable fruit in Blox Fruits. Its ability consists of very fast and explosive attacks, and on top of that, it has many combo potential, and on top of that, the tree system, or sorry, the tail system allows you to move very quickly compared to other fruits. It might actually be the fruit that grants you the most mobility, so if you combine it with other fruits, it's actually genuinely pretty good and pretty awesome. Okay, so Kitsune is very good and best used with fruits such as Sanguine Arts, in my opinion. I actually really like using it with Sanguine Arts, but people can use it with whatever fruit they want. And honestly, there are some people out there that just spam Kitsune and can still win PvP, because Blox Fruits PvP system is made that way. You can win combats or PvP sessions by just spamming fruits, as long as you know how to aim. Second fruit in this list is going to be the almighty leopard fruit. Now again, the leopard fruit is perhaps one of the only fruits in Blox Fruits, apart from one other fruit in this list, that actually has no cooldown limitations or no transformation limitations, which means you can spam the fruit form or the leopard form of Kitsune, or sorry, leopard, without having to worry about the cooldown, which means you can just spam this thing forever as long as you want to, and that is exactly why it is at the second spot. In my opinion, there are some instances where leopard fruit can even beat Kitsune, especially if the leopard fruit is smart, skilled, and also very fast. And I shouldn't use the word skilled here, because honestly, Blox Fruits PvP is not really very skill based and more spam based. But in my opinion, if the leopard fruit user knows how to spam properly and knows how to dodge and, you know, can play it relatively well, then he can easily get a lot of bounty, because leopard fruit is crazy strong. Now with leopard fruit, you mostly use the transformed abilities, so you don't really need to use any fighting style for it. But I think God Human is actually very good for leopard fruit, because God Human is a very aggressive fighting style as well, and it kind of fits the aggressive fighting style of leopard, in my opinion, which makes it super overpowered. Now the best thing about leopard fruit has to be the fact that you're very fast, you deal a lot of damage, and you can spam. Okay, that has to be the best things about leopard fruit. The ability to spam is actually insane, and also your speed and your defense, because as I've heard, if I heard correctly, you actually get a defense bonus if you are on your leopard form. Now the third one is the non-reworked dragon fruit. Yup, you heard that right. The third one is the non-reworked original dragon fruit. It's still very overpowered to this day, and I only actually figured it out when I started using it in PvP. By the way, the reworked version of Dragon Fruit is going to cost 5,000 Robux, and it's going to be even better than the non-reworked version of Dragon Fruit, so it's going to be absolutely pay to win. So if you want to get the strongest fruit in Blox Fruits in the next update, then you might need to check out the sponsor of today's video to earn Robux for free.
KINO is an amazing app that ranks the best quality Roblox games. When you play higher ranked games, you earn KINO coins. Earn enough KINO coins and redeem them for real life Robux. Make sure to use my referral code KM4DJH when signing up to earn 300 KINO coins for free. We will also be doing a permanent fruit giveaway for everyone that uses my referral code when signing up on KINO, so don't forget this very important step if you want a free permanent fruit.
So yeah, the reason why dragon fruit is actually still top 3 in terms of power and in terms of just being a good fruit in general is because dragon fruit is absolutely insane. Okay, one of the reasons why it's actually super overpowered is its dragon mode is actually super overpowered if you know how to use it correctly. Heatwave beam is super overpowered and has a large hitbox. Draconic claw is actually super insane as well. And don't use fire shower because it's literally a waste. You never use fire shower because in the non-reworked version of dragon, fire shower is actually super bad. But without the transformed version, you got heatwave beam. It's still very overpowered, and fire shower without the transformed version is actually the most overpowered move without the transformation. But yeah, you have a ton of overpowered options and overpowered abilities with the dragon fruit, especially if you know how to sky camp pretty well. Because if you're a sky camper, you probably will beat your enemy. And as you know, in bloxfruits PvP, there are no rules. Okay, the only rule is don't exploit, and even that sometimes people break. So sky camping and spamming dragon fruit to hit your enemies while they're below you is actually super overpowered. And again, the dragon fruit mode or the dragon mode is overpowered. It reduces the damage you take by a lot. Okay, it reduces the damage you take by a ton, and that's one of the reasons why it's super good. And that's probably why it's still a top 3, especially if you know how to use it properly. Now, top 4 is actually going to be the mammoth fruit, and the reason why the mammoth fruit is going to be at this list is because, again, its ability to have infinite transformation. Okay, you basically have unlimited transformation with this fruit, which is one of the reasons why it's actually super insanely good. You can transform to the mammoth version without any limitations, and that's one of the reasons why it's obviously at the top 4. And actually back then during the update, or when update 20 just released, this was actually super overpowered. And on top of actually being good for PvP, it's also very good for grinding because, again, it has a ton of awesome abilities. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why, you know, it was super good. It was a very great fruit. There's not much to really say about the mammoth fruit, but the only thing I can possibly say about the mammoth fruit is the fact that it is super overpowered, and it's actually very good as a standalone fruit, which means you don't really need to combo with this fruit because it's super good. You don't really need to combo with it, you just need to spam the abilities and you're fine. And again, this is a tier list for the top 5 strongest fruits, which means we're not gonna be including, you know, the combo with swords. Okay, we're just gonna include the power of these fruits in it of themselves without other swords. Okay, so yeah, that's why it's a top 4. And last but not the least is actually going to be the dough fruit. And the reason why the dough fruit is still at this tier list is because it's actually very overpowered still, even for fruit builds. Okay, like right now it's still overpowered even for fruit builds. A lot of people use this with sword builds because of its crazy potential combos. However, in my opinion, it's actually still very powerful without sword builds. It's still very powerful on its own, and I actually very much like it. Now, it got nerfed a bunch of times, and it might actually be a lot weaker now compared to the peak of dough fruit back at update 17 part 3. Dough fruit back at update 17 part 3 was actually insanely powerful. It was way too strong, and it might actually even be at the top 3 list if this was back in update 17 part 3. But dough fruit was too powerful and it had to get nerfed a bunch of times, and now it's at the top 5. Okay, it probably will be higher if we were going to include sword combos, but we are not, because this is a top 5 fruit tier list and not a top 5 fruit plus sword tier list. So if anybody's gonna be commenting, oh well, dough fruit's not that, but dough fruit should be higher because if you use this, shut up. Okay, we're making a fruit tier list, not a fruit plus sword tier list. You get me? Okay, so yeah, that's one of the reasons why dough is a top 5. It's still very strong as a fruit build, but it probably would have been stronger if it didn't get nerfed. And again, it would be stronger if it was used with other things. But this is a fruit tier list. Yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video. I hate this game. Peace out. I'll see you guys in the next one.